Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Saka here with the first vlog in which I am going to talk about what I am excited about in gaming in the near future. The first topic of discussion for me is sort of the elephant in the gaming room, something that has been released very recently that I haven't got a chance to partake in and don't actually have: virtual reality. I really want virtual reality. I was sort of on the fence on if it would be good or not. I should have known from the first reactions from E3 and the amount of money that has been dumped into Oculus, and the competition between Oculus and HTC can only elevate the quality of virtual reality that's coming out. The best thing you can have in the gaming industry is competition. And with HTC and with Oculus competing head-to-head, we benefit. We get the mutual benefits of both. And I would really like to experience virtual reality. Had I known, and probably it was there, and I didn't read the fine print like an idiot, that early backers of the CV1 would get a CV1 when you know they go to the Kickstarter. You kickstart, you fund the DK1 for Oculus, and if you backed a certain amount, you got a CV1. I would have done it. I would have done it, no question. It's unfortunate that they ran into the shipping issues that they did. You would think with the numbers of backers and pre-orders, they would have had their organization a tad bit better, and that's unfortunate. If you personally have been waiting on a CV1 or an HTC Vive, I feel for you. Me personally, I don't have one coming, and that's a shame. I've been looking on eBay, and right now the going rate for a CV1 ready to ship is about $1,200. So eBay is doing what eBay does. That demand is high, therefore the price of Oculus is high, and I'm sure HTC Vive is right there. I haven't looked at HTC Vive because I do not have a very big play space, and one of the things that I keep seeing in people's HTC Vive videos, either Jacksepticeye or Generic B, is you need a lot of room to really get the touch controls on point, and to experience the whole thing, you need a lot of room to move. They say a 6 foot by 5 foot space, and I don't even have that in here. My living room would work, but I'm not going to haul my gaming rig out of my sim rig. You can see my steering wheel here on my desk. My tower is embedded inside my sim rig. It doesn't make it easy to swap out parts if I need to. But I built my computer to where I won't have to upgrade much or as often. I bought, great stuff right off the bat, luckily. I've only had to upgrade my graphics card and processor to get it, VR ready. I do have a VR ready rig, but I don't have the headset. But me personally, I am really excited for virtual reality because, being a sim fan, I play a lot of games that you are in a seated position and the camera doesn't move. And they say that's the best virtual reality experience, is when you are in one place, and that sort of mitigates on the motion sickness because you aren't darting from room to room to room, and then you personally are not sitting still while your character moves, and your stomach doesn't feel that odd sensation that, whoa, I'm moving, but I'm not actually moving. Let me throw up now. So being a sim fan, I'm really excited about it because not only do I race, I have flight simulators that I haven't even got installed because, they just sort of fizzled out for me. But virtual reality could be that thing that gets me back into flight sim. I also have train simulator installed. You do one route, you've done them all, essentially. But with that virtual reality, being able to look around and being able to manipulate the controls inside the train and be able to stick your head and lean out the window, now that would be something worth playing. Now, me personally, I'm a child of the 90s. I grew up watching Star Trek The Next Generation, and the holodeck was the one big thing that like really blew my mind. Transporters are okay, sure, phasers, warp drive, that's all well and good, but if I could only take one technology back, it would be the holodeck. Now, the righteous people would say, why don't you just do the food replicator? You'll solve world hunger. Oh, make me feel like a bad person. But I'd love a holodeck because I want to experience things that I would never have a chance to experience in my lifetime. I would never be able to experience walking up to, say, a Saturn V rocket and take off for the moon and see the TLI from orbit and be able to walk around on the moon. I don't think that's in my cards. I'm an English major. I'm not a scientist. And NASA doesn't want English majors. Believe me, I've looked. So walking on the moon, nah, that's not something I do, something I would love to do. And virtual reality is that step toward doing what I would like to do. Also, I would like to see the Titanic. I was fascinated with Titanic when I was younger. 3rd grade, I did a book report over the thing. I knew all the ins and outs of the Titanic as much as I could. And it was fresh back then because when I was in 3rd grade, they'd only found the Titanic on the ocean like 3 years ago. God, I feel old. But that sort of spurred this new love for Titanic, and I would love to just walk around that boat. I would love to see, the things that I've read about and what I've seen in the movie, which I'm sure they got close but not accurate. But that's something I would really like to see, and virtual reality is sort of that way to get there. Granted, the shooters look awesome. From what I've seen Generic B play, having the HTC touch controls and being able to point and shoot and have it feel second nature would be incredible. As a gamer, you want that sort of experience where you've been playing shooters all of your life, but none of them have felt real. Now you get something that feels like you are actually doing the work. So virtual reality is something I really look forward to. I remember back in the 90s when they were talking about virtual reality, and we had this notion of what virtual reality was at the time, and it was this large, gigantic headset with, CRT monitors attached to duct tape to your eyes, and the games that you saw ran at 2 FPS and showed models that were 5 polygons at most, and they're like, yeah, virtual reality, I feel like I'm really there. No one did. But I don't hear that with Oculus Rift and HTC Vive. I don't hear we thought we would be there, but we didn't feel it. I'm hearing I felt it, which is really encouraging to me. So many people have said this is the real deal, that this isn't going away, that we finally got it, and that is so exciting for me. So over the next couple weeks, I'm going to save my pennies, and I'm going to look on eBay, and I'm going to see if I can win one of those auctions for an Oculus Rift that is shipping soon or an April ship date. Because as it stands now, I don't want to wait for July. It would be cheaper. The headset may have more, positive updates to the software, to the firmware to make it even better by that time. But to see the look of joy on everyone's face that experiences this headset that I haven't experienced, and I'd be the loudest supporter of virtual reality in the world. Geez, why didn't I back? I'm kicking myself. But to not experience that yet, I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like the train has left, and I'm still sitting there at the station, and I'm thinking, I missed my train. So I'm definitely looking for a headset. I'm definitely thinking very seriously about acquiring one. Now, as far as video making is concerned with the channel, I don't know if it would translate well enough. The YouTubers that do virtual reality, in their videos, they say time and time again, there is no way that I can convey what I just saw to you. And it doesn't look like what you've seen on the screen. That's not what I saw. I saw something more. I saw I was there. I guess it's the equivalent of being someplace and then coming back home and telling friends and family about it. They can have a rough idea of what you saw, but you know what you saw, and you are the only person that can do that. So I am really looking forward to virtual reality, and I hope I can do something with it for the channel. I don't want it to be an experience where I come back and be like, hey, you'll never believe this game I played. It was so amazing. It was like I was there. You should have been there. You know, that seems sort of underhanded. But the types of games I play, virtual reality is right up my alley. It's something that I want to see. And I know Fallout 4 isn't geared for VR. It would probably make you motion sick with all the running and moving about. But I would like to at least try it, see what it would look like. Even standing in Sanctuary and looking around would be incredible. And also to bring back some of my other games and see if there's this software, I don't know how well it works, but it takes your old games and it sort of tricks the Oculus into thinking it's a VR game. It's not a true virtual reality experience built from the ground up and optimized for virtual reality by any sense of the imagination, but it still gives you the feeling of 3D. And that's something I'd like to try with some older games, especially NASCAR Racing 2003 season. I mean, that game is 14 years old now, and I still love that game. And people say, well, why don't you try iRacing? Well, iRacing costs a subscription, and I have something that's better than iRacing that isn't subscription-based. I love iRacing, and I wish there was, even an entry level where you didn't pay and had one car and one track. I would download and play the crap out of that, but not to be. But that's what I'm excited about this week. In the comments, go ahead and tell me if you are as equally excited about virtual reality. Are you not excited about virtual reality? Do you think it's just a passing fad? And over the next couple weeks, I have a few games in mind that I want to talk about that I'm really looking forward to. The Fallout 4 Wasteland DLC is coming out in a few weeks. Also, a game by Paradox Interactive called Stellaris, which is Crusader Kings, Europa Universalis, Victoria, and Hearts of Iron. Those developers took grand strategy to space. And being in space, it's a nerd's dream. I'm a nerd. No hiding that. All you have to do is look at my channel and see that. So I'm really looking forward to that game. I'm not a military commander by any means, but I would like to think that I could run a space empire. So I'll talk about that in the future, as well as some other things that I have coming down the pipe that I'm still working out. But thank you so much for watching my first vlog, being able to talk to you face to face and, to reach out and see your thoughts and feelings on certain topics is definitely cool. So that will do it for me for this week. I've been Saka. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.